New at 6, a West Palm Beach mom turning to WPTV as she seeks accountability in her son's death. The man who fatally shot her son, was he standing his ground under Florida's self-defense law?
Well, tonight, investigative reporter Dave Bowman questions whether the law enforcement made the right call. Now, Dave, why is the mother claiming the man who shot her son should be charged in his killing?
Well, Todd, the mother of a man named Rolando Victorero points to video footage. I obtained it from her attorney, and it appears to show the man who shot her son was shooting when her son was fleeing gunfire. Now, Florida's Stand Your Ground law allows people to use deadly force in self-defense if they believe their life or safety is at risk. And the incident report claims Victorero and the man who shot him were in an escalating dispute involving the mother of Victorero's 2 children.
It came to a head in December 2023 in the parking lot of a West Palm Beach nightclub where the man who shot Rolando Victorero worked as a DJ. This video shows Rolando Victorero entering from the right side of your screen wearing white, approaching Kelvin Fajardo wearing red outside Club Ivy. Fajardo shoots Victorero. Victorero turns and runs, and Fajardo appears to follow, firing off more shots. The incident report states one shot hit Victorero in the liver and heart sac. A second shot entered back left shoulder, hitting the left rib, left upper lobe of the lung, including the spinal column. The trajectory was back to front. A third shot entered the left heel of left foot. Paramedics took Rolando Victorero to St. Mary's emergency room for treatment. Less than 3 hours after the shooting, Rolando Victorero was pronounced dead.
It's like a nightmare. It's like very hard to see that.
Yvonne Victorero is Rolando's mother. She thought Fajardo would be charged with murder. Fajardo was led away from the scene in handcuffs and was later released.
He wasn't taken to jail. Nothing.
Kelvin Fajardo was never charged. After an investigation, Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies concluded Fajardo was justified under Florida's Stand Your Ground law. That law allows people to use deadly force if they fear their life's in danger.
My immediate reaction when I saw it was that it was a homicide.
Greg Lehrman is Yvonne Victorero's lawyer. He's best known in legal circles as a defense attorney, where he says he's defended 21 homicide cases in Palm Beach County. After watching the video, Lehrman says he'd be hard-pressed to defend Fajardo's actions.
And this individual chased him down and just shot him like he was a bad dog. I thought that was at a minimum manslaughter, if not second-degree murder.
I offered representatives from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and the State Attorney's Office the chance to explain why this should be a Stand Your Ground case and the decision not to prosecute Kelvin Fajardo. Representatives from both agencies declined my request for an on-camera interview.
But I found communications and paperwork showing their reasoning. According to the PBSO report, in the days leading up to the confrontation, Victorero emailed Fajardo. According to that incident report, Victorero writes, "I warned you to stay away from my kids." Victorero also emailing Fajardo, "Ain't no one gonna stop me from whooping you when I see you. And keep thinking until I make you disappear. Just fight me. Let me get some anger out on you." That investigation concludes Kelvin Fajardo actually believed that the danger was real, adding, because of the threats or prior difficulties with Rolando Victorero, Fajardo had reasonable grounds to believe that he was in danger of death or great bodily harm, and the use of deadly force was justified. I showed that video to a former prosecutor who says the state attorney could still file charges against Fajardo, counter to the recommendations of detectives with the sheriff's office.
This is egregious enough, the behavior, that this should have been prosecuted.
Jason Weiser once worked as an assistant state attorney in Miami-Dade County.
She puts her bag on.
Weiser looked at the video and the report, finding the trajectory of the second and third gunshot wounds were from back to front.
It's really hard to sit there and say he's standing his ground when this guy's 20 feet away and running for his life and you're shooting him in the back.
The state attorney who looked into the case emailed Yvonne Victorero's attorney, quote, "PBSO has closed the case, and I agreed with their decision to do that based on the history of Stand Your Ground, the facts of this case, and the entire history of Stand Your Ground precedents." She added, the shooter merely had to have had reasonable basis to believe he was about to suffer a forcible felony, such as aggravated battery, adding, it is arguable that there was any fleeing. But the story doesn't end there. In December, deputies charged Kelvin Fajardo with written threats to kill or do bodily harm and aggravated stalking. According to the arrest report, Fajardo threatened the mother of Rolando Victorero's daughters. The arrest report says Fajardo texted her, "Today is the day you die, and I'm sure your baby daddy would be glad to see you." Fajardo pleaded not guilty to those charges. Earlier this year, deputies charged Fajardo with aggravated battery with a firearm from an August 2024 incident. According to the police report, that shooting happened near the same shopping center off Military Trail as the nightclub where Fajardo shot and killed Rolando Victorero. The report states at a business in the shopping center, Fajardo was arguing with another male. Another man attempted to de-escalate the situation. According to deputies, Fajardo struck the man on the side of the head and brandished a black handgun and fired 2 shots where the man was grazed by a bullet in his groin area. Fajardo has pleaded not guilty to these charges as well. That report also states Fajardo used the same gun that deputies gave back to Fajardo after concluding he shot and killed Rolando Victorero in self-defense.
I think this is an extremely dangerous individual.
Rolando Victorero's mother wishes Fajardo was charged in her son's shooting death back in December 2023.
I don't understand what they call it self-defense. Nothing close the case. That was done. That was it.
I attempted to get Kelvin Fajardo's side of the story when he was in court for a hearing on one of his court cases. He did not want to comment, and his lawyer has not returned my calls.
Paperwork shows Fajardo was ordered to surrender his pistol. In the meantime, Yvonne Victorero has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Kelvin Fajardo, as well as the owners of the nightclub and the shopping center where her son was shot to death.